Remember this before you say you don't have time again. Before you scroll through 20 minutes of TikTok again, say, I don't have time, and accuse the world of being unfair. Breathe. Right now, you're holding the ultimate resource of billionaires, athletes, best-selling authors, and spiritual leaders. And it's not talent, it's not money, or even connections. It's 24 hours, the same ones you have. Elon Musk, Jim Rohn, a homeless man, a genius, all with 24 hours. But there's a but. Some turn them into empires, others into excuses. They weren't born with superpowers. They just used time differently. What if you do one thing? Take away the chaos and start living with intention? Here's why you need to watch till the very end. I'll give you a 3-step practice, and after that, you can no longer pretend you don't know how to live to the max. This is not motivational fluff. This is the activation of your brain, your personal switch. And if you miss the final minute, you'll fall back into, I'll start on Monday. This video isn't just words, it's a restart key, and you get it right at the end. Night is morning for those who have time for everything. If you think your day starts with coffee, you've already lost. Successful people start the day the night before, in silence, when no one is demanding, no one is distracting, no one is yanking. When the rest of the world is asleep, they project victory. Don't start the day before you've finished it on paper, Jim Rohn used to say. And that's not poetics, it's strategy. Here's what the 97% think. I'll do it tomorrow. We'll see how I feel. The important thing is to get a good night's sleep. And then we'll see. And what do the other 3% think? They take 10 minutes to map out tomorrow's success. They plan not only the tasks, but also the state they want to wake up in. They go to bed not with a phone in their hand, but with a question in their head. Who do I want to be tomorrow morning? It's not just a plan, it's choosing a version of yourself. You can go to bed as chaos and wake up as chaos, or lie down as a leader and wake up a leader. The practice I want you to try today. Before you go to bed, write down your top 3 goals for tomorrow. Visualize yourself accomplishing them with ease and power. Smile, because you just did something that 95% never do. You got your brain running in the right direction. Everything brilliant starts with silence. All great things start with intention. You don't have to be superhuman. You can just start in the evening, because successful people don't wake up early. They go to bed consciously. What I wish I'd known when I first started waking up differently. What I wish I'd known when I first started waking up differently, not by alarm clock, but by inner call. That morning is not just part of the day. It's the remote control of your destiny. If you lose the morning, you've already lost the day. If you blew the day, the week fell apart. And if you lost the week, welcome to a lost year. Success doesn't start with drudgery and coffee on the go. It starts with an emptiness, which you fill with your rules. Ask yourself, do you wake up, or do you jump up as if the world is already lost? Do you take charge of your day, or do you immediately pry into other people's lives through a feed? Most people wake up by default, checking notifications, likes, messages. Their day is no longer theirs. Their attention is being held hostage. Now look at the 3%. They wake up by intention. They read, they move, they write. They remember who they are before the world tells them who to be. They don't run after other people's lives, they create their own. Jim Rohn's powerful insight: discipline is doing what you have to do, even when you don't feel like it, especially in the morning. You don't have to get up at 4 o'clock, but you do owe it to yourself to wake up before the world puts its demands on you. The first hour of the day is the moment of truth, not for everyone, for you. If you start it consciously, you will say to yourself, I am the cause, not the effect. The morning formula is simple. Don't touch your phone for 30 minutes. Make a movement, at least 5 minutes of exercise. Write one thought, what do I want to be today? That's the magic. Simple but unforgivable if you ignore it. A simple formula for those who want to get out of the hustle and bustle. Take your time in the morning. Create the morning. Because the morning is a projection of your personality for the entire day. You can get up for business, or you can get up for a mission. Say to yourself tomorrow morning, today I'm living the person I want to be. And then the whole system starts to adjust to you. Opportunities, people, energy, even the air. Why haven't I started prioritizing the right things? Why haven't I started to prioritize correctly? It seems like I'm doing everything. Check marks on lists, tasks in my task tracker, feeling busy 24/7. But inside, it's empty. No progress. No sense that I'm moving forward, not just pedaling in place. Rohn once said, "Don't confuse movement with progress." Confidence is not the number of things to do, but the clarity of their value. And that's when I realized being busy doesn't mean being efficient. A filled day doesn't mean a meaningful one. Stress is not a sign of success. Here's how the 97% live. Lots to do, no results. Busy but insignificant. Mountains of tasks, but none leading to dreams. Because they're masterful at not doing what's important, but just doing everything. Now pay attention. Here's a simple rule the 3% live by. Don't do more. Do the most important thing. They know about the 80-20 law. 80% of results are born from 20% of effort. The rest is dust, clutter, and fake productivity. Want to change your life? Don't add tasks. Remove the junk. Look, a task is just a thing. A priority is something without which the day is lost. A simple practice from Jim. Take a list of all your to-dos. Ask yourself one honest question. If I accomplish just this today, will my day be a success? Keep 3 yeses. Everything else is either for later or in the trash. You want to hear the hard truth? You may be a genius, but if you're spending your energy on the convenient rather than the crucial, you're trading your destiny for urgency. Successful people don't paint to-do lists in 12 colors. They single out one task that will move the mountain and give it their best fortune, not leftovers. This isn't about time management. It's about energy management. It's about focus. It's about choice. Everyone thinks meditation takes a lot of time, but in reality, a lot of time is spent living a life without priorities. You don't have a lot of time? That's not true. You have a lot of scattered attention. Focus is your currency. Invest it in something that returns results. A simple formula for those who want to keep up without being overwhelmed. You want to keep up without burnout, without feeling like you're forever catching up with your own life. You've tried planners, trackers, to-do lists, but still by late afternoon, I didn't get anything done, and panic. Rohn used to say, if it's not on the schedule, it doesn't exist. That's it. Want a simple but rigid filter for everything important in life? Look at your calendar. If there's no time in there for health, family, goals, vacation, development, then it's not important, not to the world, for you. Successful people don't keep intentions in their heads. They carry them into space. They create structure for themselves rather than waiting for inspiration. They don't hope they find the time. They give that time a pass. Want transformation? Don't schedule tasks. Schedule priorities. Not at 11 o'clock. Do the dishes. It's 11 a.m. strategy session. My life. One phrase that could change your schedule forever. Don't fit your dreams to your schedule. Fit your schedule to your dreams. Here's how the 3% do it. They block out time for growth. 20 minutes for reading, 30 minutes to exercise, 1 hour for deep work, 15 minutes for pause and silence. They put even nothing in there. Yes, a block of nothing is recovery time, and it's sacred. But here's what the 97% do. They hope it works. They say, we'll see as we go. They leave the important stuff without an address, without a deadline, without power. Dreams without a calendar turn into regrets. Practice from Jim. Open now a calendar for the next 7 days and ask, is this schedule leading me toward the life I want to live, or moving me away from it? If the answer is no or I don't know, make edits. Not tomorrow, today. Right now you can change not only your day, but the trajectory of your life. You don't have a problem with goals. You have a problem with setting them. The calendar is where ideas become commitments. And commitment is the bridge from I want to I'm living. If a goal is important to you, write it down. Make an appointment with it. Respect it as a business meeting with your own destiny. Part 5. If you don't know how to say no, your yeses mean nothing. Your life is the sum total of all your yeses. Every agreement, every project, every meeting, okay, go for it. But here's the truth. If you don't know how to say no, your yeses are devalued. You seem to be in favor of your life, but you end up dragging other people's plans, other people's goals, other people's dreams. Don't overwhelm yourself with other people's dreams. How many times have you wanted to say no, but said okay, out of politeness, fear, guilt? And in that moment, you weren't just wasting time. You were paying with attention, energy, and future. Jim Rohn said, "Every yes is worth time, and time is all you have." That's what 97% do. Say yes so as not to offend anyone. They're afraid of being rude. Give up a day to chat, meet, discuss, engage. And then they get mad at themselves and at life. And here's how the 3% live. They defend their boundaries like a territory. They check every request against the compass of their goals. And if a task doesn't get them closer, it automatically gets them farther away. The formula, every no to someone else's is a yes to their own. You're not rude. You're not selfish. You're just choosing to be in focus. Because to say yes to everyone is to betray yourself. Micro practice. The next time you're offered something, a meeting, a project, even just a chat, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to my version of myself? Or does it trade me for someone else's expectations? If not, the answer is obvious. A simple, firm, honest, no, thank you. And you don't have to explain, make excuses, or make a guilty face. You don't have to be everything to everyone. You have to be you. For yourself. First and foremost. Powerful thought. Your dreams will never fit into someone else's schedule. You're not killing time. You're killing opportunity. Let's be honest. How many times have you caught yourself saying, just killing time? In line, in traffic, waiting, 5 minutes in, 10 minutes out, like they don't mean anything. Now listen closely. You're not standing in traffic. You're standing in your potential. Those little pockets of time aren't emptiness. They're portals to a new version of you. Jim Rohn used to say, you don't need extra hours. You need a better habit within the ones you already have. Successful people don't wait. They grow on the fly. Where others turn on TikTok, they turn on a podcast. Where others mindlessly latch on, they write out ideas. Where others complain about procrastination, they pump up a skill. Here's the truth. 20 minutes a day of learning is 10 hours a month. 120 hours a year. And that's a college course. By ear, on the road, in the shadows between errands. The formula, waiting is not a pause. Waiting is a choice, grow or rust. Dead time equals dead potential, or maybe a moment of mutation. Simple practice. Create a playlist of 5 podcasts or audiobooks. Make a note in your phone. Ideas on the go. Carry a book with you or download one to your phone. Now, every time you wait, you're not just waiting. You're growing. You're not in a queue. You're in a learning experience. You're not wasting time. You're building yourself up. You're not stuck. You're sharpening your sword. That's how the 3% do it. They know everyone has 24 hours, but some spend them and some invest them. Even in traffic, you can start today. You don't have to wait for perfect conditions. You can make time your ally. No more saying, I was just killing time. Say, I invested in myself even when no one was looking. If you're building a dream for 100,000, don't waste yourself on tasks for 10. You are not a machine. You are the architect of your reality. But if you're trying to build a skyscraper from inside the kitchen, re-washing every cup yourself, your energy is going down the drain. You don't have to do everything yourself to be strong. Strength isn't about overload. Strength is about control. Jim Rohn used to say, you don't have to carry everything. You have to choose what to carry. Here's a simple formula that 3% use. Delegate, automate, eliminate, delegate. Ask yourself the question, can someone else do this? If you are, pass it on. If you're your own assistant, designer, accountant, and logistician, you're turning your dream into a marathon of exhaustion. Real leaders don't do everything. They do what no one else can. Think, direct, feel, decide. Automate. Ask, Do I repeat this every day week? Can this be simplified? Reminders, accounts, answers to frequently asked questions, content, personal templates. If a task is repetitive, build a system for it. You don't have to be a robot. You have to build a robot for yourself. Eliminate it. That's where the magic comes in. Ask yourself the question, if I stopped doing this, what would change? If nothing, throw it away. A lot of what you wear is noise. It doesn't add value. It just fills a void. By freeing up space, you create speed. Practice. Take a sheet of paper. Divide it into 3 columns. Self, shock and delegate, need to forget. Fill it out honestly and start removing the unnecessary from yourself, one step at a time. If you're building a dream of 100,000, stop doing the work for 10. Your energy is a premium resource. You don't have to spread yourself thin. You owe it to yourself to pull yourself together. Don't go to bed empty. You didn't just get through the day, you've earned it. If you don't go out at the end and turn yourself on for tomorrow, most people fall asleep on the run, to the sound of a soap opera, with a smartphone in their hand, with the feeling, I didn't get there in time anyway. But there's another way, the 3%. They don't go to bed empty. They go to bed filled with meaning. Rohn used to say, you can't improve what you don't revise. Every night is an opportunity for calibration. It's not, that's it, the day's over. It's, what am I going to get out of it? That's how the strong end the day. They reflect. They write down insights. They build a bridge between today and tomorrow. The powerful practice I promised you at the beginning? Spend just 5 minutes before bed, and you'll be surprised how quickly you'll start to take control of your life. Write one thing you are grateful to yourself for today. Write one lesson you took out of the day. Write one intention for tomorrow. That's it. It's a rewiring of the brain. You're giving it a command. I'm learning. I'm appreciating. I'm moving forward. There is no chaos in this silence. It's a clear channel to your future. You're not just falling asleep. You are setting yourself up for who you will become in the morning. If you do this practice 7 days in a row, you'll see how your energy changes, how new ideas emerge, how chaos leaves and direction emerges. Your life is not a chaotic show. It's a conscious broadcast in which you are the author, the actor, and the director. You can build your reality, not someday, but tomorrow morning. You've seen it. Now it's your turn. Close your phone, take out your notebook, make 3 notes, and fall asleep not in escape, but in gratitude. Because you didn't just get through the day, you invested in it, and it will invest in you, starting tomorrow morning. And now the important thing, if this video gave you a boost, if at some point you got goosebumps, or if you said to yourself, yes, this is about me, mark this moment with a like. Write in the comments, what thought resonated the most? Sign up if you want to receive these activations every day, because your reaction is not just an encouragement. It's your first step into a new reality. We're already walking into it. Join us.